Hello, my name is Dr. Hector Valenzuela, and I'm a biology professor at Whittier College. The research focus of my laboratory is on aging of the immune system. For the last 8 years, my laboratory has been collaborating with REVGENETICS, testing natural compounds that extend the lifespan and function of human cells. To this end, my laboratory has researched resveratrol and curcumin and various forms of these and other compounds in order to determine how they affect cells, and more specifically, how these compounds affect the proteins that they then determine how long the cells will live. If you walk with me, I can show you where we carry out the experiments and where we have some of the equipment that we use to carry out these experiments. So this is where we store our cells. We have multiple cell lines in addition to normal cells from various donors. In order to keep them for long periods of time, we freeze them in liquid nitrogen and keep them in these cryogenic tanks. When we have need of the cells, we put them out of the cryogenic tanks and thaw them back in an active metabolic state. So let me go ahead and put these cells back where they belong. We're now in the tissue culture room. In this room, we grow and treat our cells with supernatural compounds such as curcumin and resveratrol. The cells are handled in sterile conditions and then kept in an incubator for growth. So right now, what I'm doing is resuscitating the cells and taking a small sample so that I can count the cells and calculate not only the growth rate, but also the viability of the cells and determine if the cells are dying from the treatment or if they're living longer. As I mentioned before, we test compounds that extend lifespan, but we also are interested in determining if the function of the cell has been improved as well. To determine this, we use various instruments to detect protein signaling or gene expression. This is one such equipment. This is a real-time PCR instrument that allows us to quantitate gene expression of longevity genes such as sirtuins and telomerase, but we also measure other genes known to influence how long a cell lives, and therefore we influence the health of a human being. I hope this video illustrates some of our efforts that go into studying natural compounds and the effects they have on our cells, our proteins, and in turn, our health.
What if in just 1 minute you could recover faster, increase your energy, strengthen your immunity, and feel more alive, connected, and present? The ENERGIZE Cold Plunge was created so you can tap into these benefits on demand. You can set it up anywhere in 15 minutes with its lightweight and foldable design and plug-and-play connections. You can easily take it down by draining it with a garden hose, deflating it with a pump, and rolling it into a duffel bag for cold water therapy anywhere. The water cools down to 37 degrees in 2.5 hours with this powerful 1 horsepower chiller, and then holds the cold temperatures even in hot environments. It's perfect for contrast therapy when dipping back and forth between a sauna or a hot tub, or if you have multiple people plunging within the same hour. The chiller doubles as a filtration system by cleaning your water 7 times in 1 hour through the micron filter, which removes any dirt or debris. The powerful UVC light kills the bacteria and viruses, so your water is clean and ready 24/7. The app allows you to control your chiller remotely by pre-programming your custom schedules and temperatures to line up with your routine. The deep 30-inch design allows taller people to comfortably fit in the tub and cover their entire body without worrying about spilling water over the edge. Its compact design allows you to transform almost any space into your own personal wellness center. So if you want to press the reset button on your body after pushing to the limit, even after the most intense workout, the ENERGIZE Cold Plunge brings immediate relief to inflammation and swelling, so you can quickly get back to doing what you love. It's also a natural way to deal with stress of the daily grind and recalibrate your focus, as it boosts your norepinephrine and endorphins, so you'll feel more present and a greater sense of well-being. My mission is to help high performers like you develop healthier habits, and in the process, build the world's largest cold plunging community. The ENERGIZE Cold Plunge is more than just a tub of cold water. It's a movement. We're ready for mass production, so with your help and our expertise, we're going to build you the world's best cold plunge. Thanks for watching. Back to ENERGIZE Cold Plunge today. Whoa!
The mission of Cooler Keg is for anyone to have draft anywhere. The beautiful thing about this is we're using the same CO2, the same regulators as a bar or a restaurant, so that in the end, this draft is the same quality as a bar or restaurant.
Fill it, chill it, hook it up to one, click, and then you turn it on, ready to go.
So how does the Cooler Keg keep the beer cold? What we have included are ice packs that are separated into 3 pieces. They come apart on the inside of the cooler, but stack nicely into your freezer. However, it's a cooler, so if you forget to put them in the freezer, or if they get warm, you can add ice.
It comes with 2 of these 6-liter kegs, which are refillable. Put anything in it that you want in these wide mouth openings, anything will come out on draft.
Just as easy to fill these kegs, they're just as easy to clean. Take the lid off, fill them with water, run water through the system. Fill them up with water and sanitizer, run sanitizer through the system. And then last, you flush the system with CO2, and you're done.
So we designed this to be fully portable. Everything fits inside. The draft tower pops off really easily, fits inside with everything else, and you can carry it around just like a normal cooler. Let's say that this is sitting on a picnic table. This might be how you want to set it up. If you want to put it in the back of a pickup truck, just switch it around. There you go.
So how is Cooler Keg different than a kegerator or a jockey box? I've heard this question a lot. Kegerator, bigger, bulkier, requires electricity. Maybe it's on wheels, but you're looking at a refrigerator, much harder to get around. And a jockey box simply isn't a kegerator or the Cooler Keg for that matter, it's a chiller. A jockey box requires external keg, external CO2 systems, whereas with Cooler Keg, everything is inside, and Cooler Keg is as portable as a cooler. One of the questions we get a lot is, where did the idea for the Cooler Keg kind of spark and come to life? And well, honestly, it was at your parents' lake house, where we go every year with friends.
Yeah, we usually have probably 10 to 20 friends that are out there. We spend most of the weekend floating, and every single year we've tried to up our floating game.
Whether it's better floats, incorporating floats for the cooler, using carabiners to connect us so we don't float away. Finally, it got to the point where somebody said, what would it take to get a swim-up bar where they could get a draft?
So of course, Anthony, the idea is just start spinning in his head and he's like, I gotcha.
I can do this. And so that's where the idea first came to life. We've gone through many iterations, going through different issues we've encountered, different ways to solve them.
Yeah, and I think a big part of it is we just used it a lot. And friends, family, strangers coming up to us, testing it out, giving us feedback and all of that, and we started making tweaks and made it better along the way.
Exactly. When we find something that doesn't work, make it better.